Welcome to our comprehensive guide for the IBEW Aptitude Test. In this video, we'll walk you through the key sections of the test, offer sample questions with detailed answers, and address frequently asked questions about the IBEW Electrician Test. The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, or IBEW, uses this test to identify the best candidates for their programs. Whether you want to be an inside wireman, an outside wireman, or a sound technician, passing this test is essential before you can begin your apprenticeship. So, what exactly is the IBEW Aptitude Test? Formerly known as the NJATC Aptitude Test, and now referred to as the Electrical Training Alliance Aptitude Test, this assessment is a vital step in your journey. The test consists of two main sections: algebra and functions, and reading comprehension, each designed to evaluate your mathematical and verbal skills, critical for a successful career in electrical work. Let's start with the Algebra and Functions section. Here, you'll encounter 33 questions that you must complete in 46 minutes. These questions cover a range of topics including solving linear equations, understanding graphs, and even some mechanical reasoning questions like force, torque, and electricity. Next is the Reading Comprehension section, which includes 36 questions to be answered in 51 minutes. You'll be presented with short passages and asked to interpret their meaning, so managing your time wisely is key. To give you a better idea, here are some sample questions. In the math section, you might see something like this number series: 120, 61, 24, 13, 350. What comes next? Or, in the algebra section, you might need to solve this: if 4x plus 8 is greater than 12, what are the possible values of x? In this mechanical reasoning question, you're asked to determine which of the three cogwheels is moving the fastest. The three cogwheels are connected and spinning rapidly. The question provides three options: wheel 1, wheel 2, or wheel 3. The correct answer is wheel 3. Why? Because wheel 3 has the smallest diameter, and in mechanical systems like this, the wheel with the smallest diameter rotates faster than the others. So the correct answer is wheel 3. In the Reading Comprehension section of the IBEW Aptitude Test, you'll be presented with passages similar to the one on your screen. The key here is to carefully read the passage, understand the main ideas, and then answer questions based on the information provided. Let's walk through a sample question together. First, you'll read a short passage, typically a few paragraphs long. After reading, you'll be asked a series of questions that test your ability to recall details, make inferences, and understand the author's intent. Here's an example. The passage discusses the importance of safety protocols in the electrical industry. What is the main reason the author gives for adhering to these protocols? You'll then see a list of multiple choice answers. It's crucial to pick the one that best matches the passage. As we highlight the correct answer, notice how it directly relates to the information in the passage. This section not only tests your comprehension skills, but also your ability to manage time effectively. Remember, you have 36 questions to answer in just 51 minutes. Let's now address some of the most frequently asked questions about the IBEW Aptitude Test. First, what happens if you don't pass the test? If you don't achieve the required score, don't worry. Let's see. You can retake the test, but you'll need to wait 6 months before your next attempt. This gives you ample time to review and prepare. What are the basic requirements to apply for the test? You'll need a high school diploma or GED and proof of coursework in algebra. Additionally, you should be in good physical health since the work as an electrician can be demanding. Where and when is the test taken? The test is usually administered at local IBEW training centers. The exact dates and locations will be provided to you once you apply. How long is the test, and what should you bring? The entire test takes just under 2 hours, specifically 97 minutes for the test itself, plus some time for instructions. On the day of the test, bring a valid photo ID. Note that calculators are not allowed, so make sure you're comfortable doing calculations by hand. Understanding how the IBEW Aptitude Test is scored is crucial. The test is scored on a pass/fail basis, but each section, algebra and functions, and reading comprehension, has its own minimum score requirement. To pass, you'll need to meet or exceed these thresholds. To pass the IBEW Aptitude Test, you'll need to achieve a minimum score of 4 out of 9. However, if you have 4,000 hours of prior electrical work experience, the minimum score requirement is waived. For those applying as outside lineman apprentices in the NEAT program, the required passing score is slightly lower at 3 out of 9. Understanding these score thresholds is crucial as you prepare for your electrical apprenticeship journey. After passing the IBEW Aptitude Test, the next phase is the interview process. This interview is conducted by the local Joint Apprenticeship and Training Committee, or JATC. Your performance on the test and during the interview will determine your ranking among other applicants. Your ranking is important. It influences how soon you'll be placed into an apprenticeship program. Once selected, you'll start your apprenticeship, which combines on-the-job training with classroom instruction. Performing well on both the test and interview increases your chances of securing a spot in the program and starting your journey to becoming a journeyman electrician. Preparation is key to success on the IBEW Aptitude Test. Start by reviewing study guides that focus on algebra and reading comprehension, the two main areas covered in the test. Practice tests can be particularly useful. They help you get familiar with the test format and identify areas where you need more practice. Make sure to allocate time to review algebra concepts, such as solving equations and understanding functions. Equally important is practicing reading comprehension by working through sample passages and questions. The more you practice, the more confident you'll feel on test day. Here are some final tips to help you succeed on the IBEW Aptitude Test. For the algebra and functions section, remember to start by substituting known values into equations. This can help you quickly identify the correct answer. In the reading comprehension section, time management is crucial. Don't spend too much time on any one question, and make sure to read all answer choices before making a selection. And perhaps the most important tip of all, never leave a question blank. There's no penalty for guessing, so it's better to take a chance than to leave a question unanswered. In conclusion, the IBEW Aptitude Test is a critical step in your journey toward becoming an electrician. By thoroughly preparing and taking advantage of the resources available to you, you'll be well equipped to pass the test and move on to the next phase of the apprenticeship process. Remember, this test is your gateway to a rewarding career in the electrical industry. Start preparing today. Take a practice test, review your study materials, and get ready to take that first step towards a successful career. And for more detailed information about the IBEW Aptitude Test, click on the link in the description.